Away, hello everyone.
Hi,
Linda
right.
and
Hi,
Karina,
everybody.
is it?
Okay, we are all here. Everybody just sort of slipped in just before we go off on live. So, of course, we just they've just got in on time. So, hi and welcome, everybody. Hi, it's great to see you all. So, how we're going to do this? We're talking about law of attraction today. So, what we're going to do this is that we'll everybody can introduce yourself for about sort of 2 minutes, and then we'll go and we'll talk to each of you individually as to how you think that the law of attraction applies to you and to other people. Okay, so let's start with Karina. If you want to just introduce yourself a moment.
Thanks, Nikki. Lovely. So, hello to all from Australia. And I am a Soul Journey author, and I talk about Soul Journey adventures. And I also teach about conscious connection and conscious attraction in dating. So, I run courses called Finding Mr. Right, and it's all around basically finding yourself first, because, of course, there's no point in trying to find someone to match you until you know who you are. So that's what I teach with that. And I'm also writing a series called The Vixen's Secret Handbook. And the first one is out already, which I've just got one of them here. So that's Adventure Vixen. And the second one is in pre-production now. So we're heading through with that. And I've got a few more courses planned for next year. And then one day I might be coming over to Italy to your retreat, and we'll do something together, which would be fantastic.
Absolutely, I know, because it's something like 5 o'clock in the morning or something for you, isn't it?
It sure is, yes.
Wow, well, thank you for getting up. That's real dedication there.
It's a pleasure. Anytime to spread the light, I say.
Great, absolutely. Great stuff. Okay, hi, Linda. Hi.
Thanks, Trina. Nikki, sorry.
Don't worry, everybody calls me Monica, so it doesn't matter.
I'm Linda, and I'm an intuitive life coach and psychic medium. And I run various courses on confidence, self-esteem, a dream business program I run, and soul reconnection, and how the law of attraction works within all that.
Great stuff. Thank you. That's great. Bhavin, you're muted.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. So, my name's Bhavin, and yeah, so I'm a life coach, and the law of attraction kind of underpins a lot of what I kind of coach and facilitate on. Sometimes I incorporate confidence. It's what I enjoy, and it inspires me to bring out the best in others, especially like developing their confidence and self-esteem, and then kind of guide them to awaken a superhero within them, because everyone has some inner powers. So doing that by activating the law of attraction.
Great stuff. Thanks, Bhavin. Hi, Deanna. Right. Okay. Hi. So let's go to Karina first. What's your take on law of attraction?
Well, I feel that really one of my main quotes is, what you think about, you bring about. So we want to guard our thoughts and be really careful on what it is that we want to attract into our life, and making sure that we are specific as well. So not just a vague idea of what it is that you would like to attract, but something really specific. And I also like to attach emotions to it as well, because when we can feel the emotion, then it attracts it to us faster. So in my courses, I talk a lot about conscious attraction dating, but it's using the law of attraction, getting really clear on firstly who you are, then who it is that would be your perfect match, or the type of qualities they have, the traits, perhaps interests. Become, not so much about the outside. It's not the outside, it's the inside, which is, what we're taking through all the way, and in attractiveness. So definitely using the law of attraction to attract to you a partner that's going to be someone that you can be with long term is a really powerful thing. So I like to teach people how to do that in that context.
Great, thank you. Very succinct. Okay, Linda, you're up.
My take on the law of attraction is that we're only limited by our own imagination. And so what people tend to do is they tend to think that, to get what it is that they're desiring, or what it is that they would like, it's got to come from a certain direction, or it's got to come, if they want £10,000 to start up a new business, then it's got to come from a loan from the bank, or it's got to come from a win on the lottery or something. But it doesn't have to, you know. And if you let that go, because that's what you're limiting it to, then you allow the universe then to come and bring it to you in whatever direction it needs to. The same with the relationship. People get caught up on the fact that they've got to be like this, they've got to be like that. But if you and they only can do it because they can only go to a certain place, or they have to go online or whatever it is, and they don't. If you feel it, and I totally agree with the emotion. If you feel it and understand it, and you just let it go and let the universe bring it to you, however it needs to. And because the universe knows best, and that's my take on it. Well, I'm sure we've all wanted something and wished something, and it's come from a completely different place or person or way than we've wished and thought it was going to come from. And so that's my take on the law of attraction. Just let the universe bring it to you how it needs to.
Great, thank you, Linda. Yeah. Great stuff. Okay, Bhavin, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, just to add to that, what Linda just said as well, patience is definitely the key with the law of attraction. So Linda hinted that sometimes it comes to you in a different way, or what you wanted. Well, she hinted that, what you wanted might not come to you at that time. So when we maintain patience by making feeling good the absolute priority, and having that as kind of your foundation for first setting the intention of what you want, then letting go, and then just trusting that what you want will come to you, or what you want will come to you completely differently, because you won't always get what you want as well, because the universe knows what's best, just like what Linda said, and what Karina kind of hinted before as well. Yeah, so we won't always get what we want. So the key is absolute patience, but to ensure that we make feeling good the absolute priority. And then once we're feeling good, we're on a higher frequency, then the thoughts are just perpetual, positively, and it just becomes a positive snowball. And then everything that we want kind of comes through an escalator, just like in the London Underground or the trains. Yeah, and then things will come to us all at the right time. And then the moment we get frustrated, that escalator stops. So it's up to us to make sure that we're always feeling good.
Can I just add something to that?
Go for it.
Yeah, it's not about what you want, it's about what you need. And so the universe will listen to what it is that you're saying and what it is that you're putting out there, but it will always bring you what you need. And a want and a need are two different things.
Yeah.
Yes, great, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk a bit about each of our experiences with the law of attraction, and what we learned from them or what we didn't learn from them. Karina, have you got something that
yeah, absolutely. Well, I think I discovered the law of attraction quite a few years ago, and when I used to imagine myself getting a car park where I wanted.
Oh yeah,
and
I do that.
Point, where I'd be like, right, this is where the car park is that I want. And it was to the point where I would drive down to the car park in the shopping centre, and if the car park wasn't there where I imagined, I was like, oh, what? Where's my car park? Like absolute expectation. And then a car would pull out, but oh, there it is. And it's so easy to do. And then you realise, hang on, why would I just be concentrating on finding a car park? Why wouldn't I want to be attracting something bigger into my life? Why would I want to just aim small? So it's about aiming bigger, and your imagination is as much as what you can bring. Whatever you can imagine can be brought into life. So it's about having that courage and that confidence, and knowing that what it is that you're putting out there and what it is that you're seeking is seeking you. We just have to be clear on what it is. And then, as Linda said, how it comes to us isn't our job. Our job is to imagine what it is that we want and be clear on that, attach the emotion, and then it can come through the most amazing ways that we can ever imagine. And recently I had been thinking about a girl that I went to primary school with and thought I would love to reconnect with her. So after searching a few places that I could think of, you know, how would I find her? On Facebook, on the internet, you know, looking up, you know, people from the past. But that wasn't how I found her, because that was my limited view of how it could come to me. And in the end, it was totally unexpected. A client of mine that's been a client for over 10 years, I happened to be talking to her and explaining to her the time when I was 12 and decided that I wasn't going to let things hold me back and I would say yes to opportunities. And I was at my friend Cassie's house and in Whyalla, and she went, "Oh, in Whyalla, And so after a few questions, we realised that her son, who was a teacher, was actually quite close to this woman that I have not seen in 30 years.
Wow.
So I would never have imagined that. And that's the exciting thing about it, because, you know, we don't know where it's going to come from. We just imagine what it is that we want and be strong in that, and it can just come from anywhere. So it's really exciting and fantastic to use.
No, that's really cool. I mean, I use, you know, Napoleon Hill. Well, Napoleon Hill had his wife called Jean Norman. And so whenever he wanted a car park, he would call it Norm Hill. And so whenever I want a car park, I go, Norm Hill, Norm Hill, Norm Hill.
Love it.
That was a great one. That was a great one. Linda, what sort of experiences have you had?
Can I just follow up with a story about a car park? I took my granddaughter to the Isle of Wight 3 years ago, and it was pouring with rain. And I said to her, she said, "What are you doing, Nanny?" I said, "I'm looking for a car parking space. I've asked my parking angel." I said, and I can't find one at the moment. And she said, "Parking angel?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I asked my parking angel if we can have a car parking space." And she said, "Supposing somebody else needs it more than you do."
Oh, wow.
Yes, right, okay. So for a long time, I couldn't ask for a car parking space. And then I sat one afternoon and I thought, this is absolutely ridiculous. So every time I ask for a car parking space now, I know that the universe knows better than I do. So I asked for a parking space, and if I get one, I'm really grateful. And if I don't, then I know somebody else that needs it more than I do has got it. So I'm okay with that now.
Oh, cool. Well done. Yeah, it's a really good one.
Yeah. So I think when the last time I was on here, I spoke about the law of attraction and changing my career for me, and you know that the what I needed at that moment in time came to me again in a completely different way to what I was thinking. I have a wellbeing centre in the local town, and again that just came about in the most extraordinary way. I did a vision board. I put it all on there what I wanted, what each room was going to be like, and the landlord that I needed, you know, was going to be kind, thoughtful, generous, and approachable and reasonable and all this kind of thing. And I was walking down a street in the town, and I'd had my eye on a property on the other side of the road to where I am. And as I was walking back, I couldn't kind of in my mind, couldn't work out how I was going to manage it so it gave me what I needed. And so I was walking back along the other side of the street, and there was a shop that had just been painted, and it was empty, and there was a ticket on the door, and it said, "If you're interested in renting this property, please ring this number." So I rang the number and spoke to a lady, and she said, as long as you're not a beautician, a fast food restaurant or whatever, she said, you can do what you like with it, but we've only just put it on the market. She said, so go and speak to the estate agent tomorrow, and he'll help you. But okay, so I did that and went and had a look at it. And my daughter came with me, and after we'd been and looked at the property, and I could visualise it. It was one great big huge space, and I could visualise how I could section it off into what I wanted. And we were talking afterwards with the estate agent, and he kept referring to the landlady as Anne. And every time he said it, I thought, I know who he's talking about. I'm sure I do. So I said to him, can I ask who, you know, the landlady is, what her surname is? And he gave it to me. I won't say who it is, but he gave it to me. And I said, what, you mean Anne whoever? I went to school with her sister. And my daughter's gone, well, Anne so-and-so, she knew her and she was married. So it was a completely different name. And she used to go to school with her daughters, and she washes her horse rugs.
Oh, wow.
So,
Small world, huh?
and
Small
she
world.
lives about 20 miles away, so it wasn't even like I thought that she, and it was just really, really strange. I then had a phone call about 2 days later from a colleague that I used to work with when I had my proper job, and he's a surveyor, and he always said, I've just thought, he said, I'm in your area tomorrow. He said, would you like to meet for coffee? So I said, yeah, that'd be nice. So we met for coffee, and I told him what I was about the property and everything, and he said, would you like me to survey it for you? So I've gone, yes, please. And he then went in, surveyed it, negotiated the lease for me, had me taken off the roof and any damp that was likely to come along and what have you. It was just completely amazing. And I then moved in 3 months later.
Nice. And what actually is your shop?
It's a wellbeing centre, and I have rooms there where I do readings. There's a therapy room, and I rent that out. I have a teaching room at the back, courses and workshops, and we have a gift shop selling crystals and angels and all sorts.
Nice, lovely.
Yeah.
And where's that? Where is it?
That's in Sudbury in Suffolk.
Right. Nice stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well done. Wow. Law of Attraction came to you then, didn't it? Obviously, the universe wanted your shop in that position.
Absolutely.
That was superb. That was superb. Okay, Bhavin, you're up.
So there's been so many things that, kind of that are memorable and stand out. But every day there's always something as well. But I think probably the best or the most memorable thing that I remember was when I first started out learning it. I created a vision board of health-related kind of images that I put on the board. So one was to do with martial arts, something to do with juicing. And then I remember putting a picture of someone in, like it was a very deep meditation pose. And then I think I remember writing something on it as well, something yoga related. And then I can't remember when it was, but it was within a few weeks when at home we had a build around and he was just doing some painting and some other work. Somehow I ended up just having a conversation on a few subjects, and then that conversation transitioned into yoga, and then it turned out he's a yoga master for 15 years and he was very advanced, and he'd had training from someone who was really advanced on an ancient method that's like 3,000 years old. And yeah, I was blown away because I had like this just kind of light bulb moment that you really can get things in the most unexpected ways. And then learning from him and then the other main master that he introduced me to, that just took my life to another level in terms of just becoming more balanced with breathing and exercises and stuff that I learned from them. So yeah, that was just amazing. And then I attracted other things as well through the other master as well, that which I hadn't have thought of at the time, or I did in the past, and then the universe just kind of brought it to me through them. And these sort of circumstances can happen to any of us whenever we kind of let go. We're feeling good and it just comes to us unexpectedly. So it's fascinating in the beginning. Then we become kind of accustomed to it, but we can still have magic throughout the day and throughout the week and ongoing. So it really is amazing.
Correct. Yeah, well done. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, it's nearly time to finish now. So if each one of you wants to say some last words, that would be great. So Karina, you are up.
Thanks, Nikki. Well, I guess talking to the singles that are watching, if there is a way that you would like to attract someone into your life, then definitely the law of attraction is going to work. And part of what I teach in my 6-week online Finding Mr. Right course is about creating a feelings board. So not just a vision board, but a feelings on how you want to feel when you're in a relationship. Do you want to feel safe, secure, protected, loved, supported, all of that sort of thing? because the feelings attaching to the words and to the vision of what you want just makes it much stronger and can help the universe attract it to you. And it's being unattached about the outcome as well, just putting out there exactly what it is that you want and saying thank you for it. And then divine timing will be when it appears. And the right thing will appear when the right time it comes. So I talk about that type of thing, discovering yourself and who your core values are and what type of things you want to attract into your life, which really goes for all relationships into your life, as well as material or physical things. It's about conscious creation of connection, because we all need to connect with others, and we want to connect with others that are on, say, our own energetic vibration as well. So I really enjoy using conscious connection in both dating and attraction, but also in supportive relationships in my life, that, you know, because I'm of the light, I really like to attract other light workers and things like that. So just putting that out there as well can connect you with your sort of people. So it's a powerful thing and worth using.
Great stuff. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. I love the connection thing, because I think that that's really important. And when you do become spiritual, you can really feel sort of the connections and stuff. So that's great. Thank you for that. Okay, Linda, how about you?
I just want to say to people that you have to believe, trust and believe that you deserve whatever it is that you're asking for. Because if you don't connect with that and the understanding that you do deserve it, then the universe doesn't hear what you say, it hears what you mean. And if you're saying, and I know affirmations are very powerful, and I do use those in my work, but if it's contradicting the feeling and the emotion that you get with it, then you have to clear that away first, or along with it. And so, like I say, the universe doesn't hear what you say, it hears what you mean. And I just like to throw that in there. But I agree with everything that Katrina said.
Super. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, thank you, sweetheart. Okay, Bhavin.
So yeah, just to add a few things. I'd say it's important to have a gradual shift as well. In some subjects of our life, we're not necessarily manifesting the things we want. We're manifesting the things that we don't want. So let's say the other side, yeah? So to transition from one side of the seesaw to the other, like say the negative to the positive, it's sometimes better not to make quantum leap based positive thoughts. Sometimes there's too much of a gap. So it's better to just look for ways to feel gradually better and incrementally shift our frequency. So for the long term, it becomes more sustainable. So it's like building a building, and rather than jumping to the 6th floor, let's get the first floor, the first few floors really, really solid. The flooring is solid. The windows are robust. Like this, it's soundproof. You're solid inside. The security is amazing inside. Like everything is very solid. And then from that place, we can move on to the next subject, which can be the balcony on the top, on the higher floors, and look for more positive thoughts, but gradual ones, whilst releasing like, negative emotions gradually. So being patient, which we discussed earlier in the interview as well. So making everything gradual so that on the seesaw, your overall vibration is gradually positive. So the key with the law of attraction is to not just hope that everything's going to come. The key is to make feeling good the priority, and just to be happy with small gains every day. That helps with confidence as well. And then just being patient that it's all going to come into place, and express gratitude, because that's the key. So gratitude and love are the two highest frequencies. If someone makes that as the two pillars, they're basically well on their way to living the life of their complete dreams. Those two are the absolute priority. So if you're watching, I wish you all the best. Keep moving forward, keep smiling, give love, and you'll have some magical experiences.
Fabulous. Okay, well, thank you. And thank you, everybody. That was really interesting talk, and I really appreciated all of you. And so thanks again. And thanks, everybody, for watching, especially on the replay. Okay, take care, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.